Yo, what's up everyone? Delvon Digital. And look, man, I've been using the Pixel 10 Pro XL for about 16 hours now. I'm getting a lot of questions, so I'm going to try to tell you my first impressions of this phone. Out of the box, it's fresh in my mind. I have no script. I didn't write no talking points, no nothing. I want it to be a real raw experience of what I felt different about this phone out of the box, just straight up out of the box. Just got it yesterday. And here we are now talking. I ain't doing no cutaways, no nothing. This is just me and you. Let's just get started because I know you're excited, right? So first thing out the box, it felt different. Like the build quality felt different. Whether it's the same or not, it felt different. I just immediately kind of felt like it was something different about this. I don't really know what it is. Can't explain it. But I do know that the weight of it is heavy, which is something that we all kind of know already. But for me, that weight makes the Pixel feel premium. For a long time, I just felt like Pixels just didn't feel premium. Not saying that this is the first premium feeling Pixel, but it's like refining that premium feel, with the weight equals premium type thing or whatever like that delusion thing. It's a real thing. So it still happens with me. With that being said, when I was setting up the phone, I noticed like we had all these other AI setups that we got to go through now, Gemini and SIM card, all that crap like that. I was so pissed off. But after I got through all that mess, the phone felt really responsive. Like it feels like it's thinking about like, no. Let me rephrase that. It feels like whatever I'm thinking, it's going to react before I can touch it. Like that's how it's like it's reading my mind or something like that. It just felt really extra responsive. And then I grabbed my Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is, where you at, baby? Right here. I grabbed that and I put it side by side and I'm just swiping through them, and just swiping through them just feels different. Literally, it just feels different. It could be Tensor, or it could be it's just a new Tensor. I mean, it could be, or they added responsiveness to the screen. I don't know what it is, but it feels different, feels smooth, feels good. The other thing is that the camera, I didn't really go outside and do any shooting at all whatsoever. I'm about to go do that now once after this video. But I do want to say that like I shot a few things inside the house just to try to compare. Now I would say this, that Pixels have been known for their accuracy in color. And I will say that the Pixel 10 Pro XL excels on that. It's so much better. And I'm going to try my best with my camera review of the Pixel and try to show you like the difference. So I'm just taking random pictures in the house. And as a matter of fact, half of the time I didn't even take pictures. I just kind of held the viewfinders up side by side and just looked through the viewfinder, and I seen the color shifting difference between the two. And then I snapped the photo and it went through the processing and it was the same thing. And I was just like, wow, that's night and day difference. Like this purple light right here, it was extra bright on my Pixel 9 Pro, but on my Pixel 10, I saw everything. Like it wasn't bright. I saw the wires, I saw the lights, I saw everything because I got LEDs right here. So it's like a wire hanging. So I was able to see all that stuff. And I just thought that I was just kind of shocked at how good the camera is as far as the new image processing that's going on. So it is more accurate than before, and that's a good thing. It's going to be a lot of camera tests online, so just take what I say with a grain of salt. But I'm a professional photographer. This is kind of like what I do first before like this YouTube stuff or whatever like that. And I'm not saying take my opinion because I'm a professional, but I just want you to know this is coming from a professional about the colors and stuff like that. They're pretty good. Now, will a average person see a big difference side by side with these pictures? I believe not. But somebody like us, the tech people, we will nitpick, we will find stuff, right? We don't know how to enjoy a picture anymore. Well, I do because I'm a photographer, but you guys don't know how to enjoy a picture anymore because you always got to compare everything. You can't just look at a picture for what it is and be like, oh, that's nice. You got to zoom in and check details and check color and wonder what the lighting conditions. You're doing too much. Even us photographers don't even do that. We take a picture, we edit it, we snap it, we enjoy it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, let's get off of that real quick because I'm blabbing. Now, the other thing I noticed that all my Pixel 9 Pro XL cases would not fit with my Pixel 10 Pro XL. So here's one of my cases that is from my Pixel 9 Pro XL. And on this particular case, there is a blue thing that actually goes around the camera, a little accent thing that I could put up there. But I can't put it up there, as you can see, because if I did, then the case would not fit flush to the camera array. So they kind of moved the camera array down a little bit or up, one of the other directions. It doesn't matter. They changed it slightly. I don't know if this was on purpose for us to buy new cases, or it was just something added into the camera. They need to extend it or whatever like that. But I don't care. I just want to let you know, confirm that like cases will not work depending on how big the camera cutout is. As you can see, this case is fine with the big giant camera cutout, but I just can't put the extra piece on it. So therefore, you know, your old cases may not work. It's going to be a hit and miss. So just going to throw that out there. Now, since I've been using this phone, I haven't tried any of the new AI stuff or whatever. I'm not one of those people who like to actually try it, like force myself to try it. I wanted to see if it's going to integrate into my life by itself without me having to think about it. I normally just make sure that they are turned on, but they are turned on out of the box. So you don't have to worry about like turning anything on. They're going to be all on if your device supports, you know, these features in your country or whatever case it be. So if you have these features, they're going to be automatically turned on. So I like to sit around and test my phones by just living my life and seeing them, you know, how they integrate into my life without me trying to force myself to use these features. And then I can give you a real explanation of how these features work instead of me testing these things out on purpose. Because, you know, normally with tests, you know, they don't work, or sometimes they just work perfectly because you're testing it. So I want to see if I'm in a real situation and then, you know, Magic Cube pops up, and does it work? Did it work for me without no problems, or did it just start messing up? I want to know how that feels. So throughout my testing in the next few weeks, I will be telling you guys that in my full review, and I just can't wait to tell you about all those features and stuff like that and how they integrated into my life, or if they just didn't do good at all in my life. Of course, off the back, I want to say that like having the MagSafe and I'm going to say MagSafe, I just want to say it for the sake of the video. No, you know what? No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that because it's Qi2, I think. Is it Qi2? I'm saying that right? Qi2, not G2. That is a real thing, and Apple names their version of it MagSafe, and Google names their version Pixel Snap. So we're just gonna say that because this is a Pixel channel. We ain't with that MagSafe stuff. So using Pixel Snap on my products that I currently have has been really, really awesome. Like this is, like I say, Pixel Snap or having magnets built into the phone has been a really big deal for me since I had the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I just wanted that. When I had the 8, I wanted that. When I had the 7, I wanted that. And it's finally here, you know, no need for cases. I'm not really a case guy, but I do keep cases around. Don't get me wrong when I say that. Like I'm not 100% out of cases, but I will rock my phone everywhere I go without a case. But let's stop talking about that because we came here for the first impressions. Screen brightness has been crazy. Like I walked outside and to take out the trash. I wasn't even trying to test anything. I just took out the trash, got my phone in my pocket like I normally do. And I was talking to a friend on Google Meet or whatever like that. You know, my gaming buddies, sometimes we use Meet, sometimes we use Discord. And I'm just outside and we're just taking out trash, man. And I pulled my phone out and man, the brightness was like cranked up dead in the sun. It was kind of warm outside and it was cranked up. And I mean, I can see everything. Like this is the first phone, or I want to say one of the first devices I've used outside where I can completely see just everything. It feels like there's no sun there hitting the phone at all. It was that bright. And I know a lot of people like, yeah, it's 33,000 it's and stuff like that, 3,300, and of course it's gonna feel bright. Yeah, we're gonna say these things, man, but it's a real thing. So if you have yours, just go outside, just go test it for yourself, man. But it was like really, really, really bright. So I'm telling you, it's awesome. Of course, one of the other things that I don't want to say I tested, but I used was the speakers. And when I got the phone, I like to just play music or listen to podcasts sometimes from my phone when I can't find my buds or my glasses or something like that. So when I played the speaker, I felt and I heard and I felt. What I mean by felt, I mean like the vibration in the phone with the speakers and the bass, right? I felt that. when I was holding it. I set it down, and then I walked in the kitchen and started doing my thing, whatever like that. And I normally set it down over here on my desk, and I walk all the way to the kitchen when I listen to my podcast. Heard every word perfectly fine. It was nice and loud and rich and full. So I decided to grab my Pixel 9 Pro and I put them side by side. I played like one of my videos side by side and kept pausing and pausing, going back and forth. And I played some music that I love, like my Linkin Park and, you know, different hip hop artists like Hopsin and stuff like that as well. Of course, my boy Jay-Z and Nas and DMX. You know, I'm old school, man. So, you know, these people are like on my radar. Common, Mos Def. I'm gonna keep naming it. Y'all getting excited, right? Clips, you know, all my boys. Drew Hill, my favorite R&B group. Come on now, 112, Jagged Edge. Let's go. Anyways, I play different stuff, right? And with that being said, it is very, very noticeably louder on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. And I mean noticeable. Not some like, oh, you barely can tell. Like, you might get these channels that's gonna have you do the little speaker test and try to say it's louder and show the side by side. That ain't gonna do it. Personally, that ain't gonna do it, bro. You gotta have these phones in your hand. It's a big difference, like 100% a big difference. And I like that. I like that it is louder. I like that it is more full. Because now my Pixel 9 Pro out of nowhere feels teeny. Like the speaker seems teeny to me now. And I didn't even notice it because I ain't had nothing to compare it to. You know, my iPhone, I don't really watch a lot of content on my iPhone, so I probably could have compared it to that, but I never did. So, but plus my iPhone is the 15 Pro. It's not really the Max, so I don't know if the 15 Pro can outdo XL with speakers, but the Max will probably normally be a lot louder. But with that being said, I will be getting the Max this year, so I will be doing some comparisons. No, I'm not. I don't do that. I don't do that here. I'm not comparing my iPhone to my Pixel. I'm going to have Pixel content and I'm going to have iPhone content. That's it. Just to roll back to the camera real quick, I did try the portrait mode, the 5X, and you know, it looked good. I haven't shot people yet. We already know how edge detection is when it comes to that crap. But I just shot some random objects in the house. I'm not going to show those pictures here. They'll be in my camera review or whatever like that, so be on the lookout for that. And I did try, I haven't tried the 100 times zoom yet. You know, like I say, these are niche, these are things that I have to want to try because I don't go around using 100 times zoom in my life every day. Like, that's not a thing I do. So it had to be something that I actually test and try. But I just want to say this to clear the smoke, because on the internet, people are like, it's generating fake stuff and all this stuff like that. Nobody said this, and I'm going to say it for you guys. If you go to 100 times zoom, and I'm going to show it to you, not now, but I'll show it to you in my camera review. It says that the image will be AI generated. Like, it's not even trying to hide it. People are like, when you zoom in at 100 and then the image is a different image, but of the image that they recreated, the image or some crap like that, and they're like 100% of the image is AI and fake and stuff like that. I mean, listen, it is what it is, because it tells you, if you turn this on, that your images may be AI generated for better. Hold on. I'm gonna quote this. Give me a second. All right, so this is what it says. When you download it, it's gonna say that Pixel camera uses generative AI models to enhance quality during image processing. It's telling you that. It's telling you that. It's not telling you that it is zooming in and grabbing extra pixels and, well, grabbing the same pixels and kind of putting them side by side. Because, and been in Photoshop, you know, I've been using it for a long time. Sometimes when we're trying to make an image look better, we have to kind of copy and paste pixels around and stuff like that to fill in the gaps where things are missing. So use the clone tool and different types of tools to kind of fill in the stuff. So Google isn't doing that. They're just using AI to generate those spots themselves, right? And create something that's pleasing of whatever the image that you took. Is not taking that particular image and just making it into that. So I just wanted to say that. I'm not going to get too deep in that, but Google tells you that it's creating images. So just stop it all online. If somebody just say it, just tell you what Google is saying. You don't have to use a 100 times zoom, but if you do use it, it's telling you that it's generating AI stuff. Come on, man. Either you love it or you hate it. Get over it. Now, I made a few phone calls with it, and I don't want to get into this too much, but I mean, it was a lot louder in the earpiece for me, a lot clearer. Sometimes I struggle trying to line my ear up with the earpiece because the earpieces are so small. That's why I like Bluetooth and talking on just Bluetooth buds and stuff like that, or speakerphone. That's me. But with that being said, I didn't have that many issues with the Pixel 9 Pro. I mean, the Pixel 10 Pro XL, when it came to that, it felt a lot better. And of course, as you already know, that I charge my phone wirelessly every day, all the time. So it did feel faster on the charger. Thank goodness it felt so much faster. 25 is not super fast or anything like that, but it felt so much better. Like when I looked at my phone, I seen that the percentage was normally higher than it normally is and stuff like that. But then again, I'm never in a rush charging my phones anyways, so it's not a big deal because I put it up there at night, overnight anyways. But I just went to go grab it again off my little stand and was like, whew, okay, all right, I see the charging. But there will be more testing on that and battery life. You notice I didn't mention battery life because, I mean, at 16 hours, come on, I can't tell you how battery's going to be. One of the other things that I really loved about it too is that Material 3 Expressive was like, it was on the Pixel right out the box. So I was kind of happy about that. I didn't have to put my Pixel 10 Pro XL into the beta and roll it into the beta or anything like that, because I really want to get the beta off of my Pixel Pro Fold, 9 Pro Fold, and my Pixel 9 Pro XL. I'm ready to get rid of that beta. I just don't like betas. But when I tried the beta, I got addicted to Material 3 Expressive, and I can't live without it. So I was really happy that out of the box that it's already installed on the newer Pixels. So if anybody wants to know that question, there's your answer right there. It's already installed. You don't have to worry about enrolling in no beta unless you just want to be a beta person. You can go ahead and do that, but I'm not sure they got the beta ready for these phones anyways. But off the rip, Pixel 3 Expressive, cool. Well, I might as well bring this up because a lot of you are going to probably ask this question. So just in case, the SIM card situation, I hate it. I really do hate it. I mean, I really hate it. But I use Google Fi as my second line. So me transferring my Fi from one phone to the other phone is completely seamless, 100% seamless. And I can switch it in seconds back and forth if I wanted to. Fi makes it really, really easy to switch. So I haven't tried under my carrier, so I can't speak for everybody. I don't know how your carrier handles transferring eSIMs, but for Google Fi, it is seamless and it's just easy. You can do it yourself. You don't need to call nobody. You don't need to go online. You can just go to the app, click it. It's going to do the things, ask you a few questions. You hit next like 3 times, and then it's going to say done. Just boom, 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 done. And that's even transferring from my Pixel to my iPhone. Same process. At first, it was a horrible process with the iPhone, but I guess Apple started to support Fi, I think, a minute ago. I don't know who hit the switch between Apple and Google, but now it's the same process on my iPhone too. And thank the Lord, because at first I used to have to copy my data settings over and over and over on my iPhone every time I switched to it. But eSIMs, gosh, man, eSIMs is terrible. Oh, just don't forget to change your display quality when you get your new Pixels. Of course, it's going to be at the lowest resolution, so go ahead and max that out if you want. I just want to remind you, I know, we talk about, us tech people talk about this all the time, like we don't know why they do it out the box, but I do know, and I have a theory. I think because we are tech people, we care. The average consumer don't care, and they don't care what they're looking at. So why give them the max settings when you can kind of like maximize the battery life and everything else on the phone for them, and let them just not worry about what we worry about, right? Because I think that's why. So I don't complain about it. I'm not going to sit here and try to make a big deal about something so stupid that we are aware of. Because if I gave this Pixel to my wife, she probably wouldn't even know that setting is in there at all whatsoever. But we worry about that because we know about it. So just, man, do something else better with your life. But yeah, so we're going to close that here. These are my like first impressions of it straight out of the box and what I've noticed and stuff like that. I got a lot more testing to do, but I definitely wanted to get this video out because a lot of people are asking me. I'm Mr. Pixel, so I mean, come on. People was asking me questions and stuff like that. I want to be able to answer you, but you guys already know that I'm different from these other content creators out here. I'm going to use my phone in a realistic setting way of realistic testing, not testing, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to test things. I'm just going to use things and come back to you and kind of let you know what was my experience in using that, which is probably the same thing as testing. I mean, That's what it sounds like when I just said it again. But you already know it's more of a real world thing. Like if I'm out here making phone calls to my family and friends and stuff like that, I'll let you know if clear calling was working, right? I'm not going to be like, hey man, how's the phone call? I'm going to have a conversation with them. They're going to have a conversation with me. And then if they be like, y'all can't hear you, or you sound clear, or they might not even say none of that. We're just going to talk. But if we didn't have problems both ways, I'm going to report back to you and be like, clear calling works. That's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say, hey man, how do I sound for my YouTube video? I'm not going to do all that stuff. I'm just going to just use my phone, you know, in real life scenarios. Like when I'm using Now Playing, I'll just be walking into the store, shopping and doing my thing. And then I come back out, and then the song that I heard on the radio or whatever playing in the store is actually on my phone. I will report back to you and be like, yo, Now I'm Playing is dope. It works. I'm not going to go to my phone, pick it up and make sure that it heard the song that it's listened to. I don't do that type of testing. My testing is all passive testing. So in my passive testing, because now we're going to go back to using the word testing. In my passive testing, I'll let you know my experience using everything. But anyways, this is Mr. Pixel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm sorry it's so long, but just got to get it out. Anyways, guys. Oh, yo, hold on. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe button, because, yo, Pixel content about to be popping, bro. About to be popping on this channel. So hit that subscribe. All right. Peace.